everyone, I know quite a few of you asked me how you can fill these dispensable bags. You can use a traditional bottle filler, the manual one that has the thin sprout. You can purchase them on Amazon. It does fit nicely into this hole. So if you're doing bigger batches, the bottle filler is probably, well, not probably, it is easier. However, if you're only doing a few bags just for yourself or for gifts, or if you're a hobbyist, this is another way that you can fill these bottles. So you will need a pipette. You will need a piping bag. Now, this method is can be a lot messier than the bottle filler is. However, it's obviously a lot easier to clean because these are disposable. So I cut a really small hole at the bottom of the bag. And then with your pipette, you're going to want to, now depending how much space you need, you're going to want to cut the top portion off. You are going to stick your pipette, I want to make sure I'm getting this on camera well, through the hole at the bottom. Now you want the hole at the bottom to be as tight as possible originally when you're putting this in. Now, as you can see, this is really thin. Is sugar scrub going to come out of there? No, it's not. So what I do is I cut again once it's in there so that you have a decent amount of room to play with and pull it through. Then you can place this into here, and I get it down as far as possible. Again, the tighter you've got it in there, the better. And then I have my sugar scrub or my lotion or whatever you are wanting to fill the bag with here. And I simply just squeeze. I find like making sure my top is kind of like folded down, and then I squeeze and I go like this. And as the bag fills, I do the same here, and I just push it down this way. So it does take a lot more time than it would in the bottle filler, but the cleanup is, again, a lot easier. I would not suggest doing it this way. If you have like 50 bags to fill, use the bottle filler. You'll end up, girl, you're gonna end up cursing a lot if you got that many to do. But if you're doing like 5 or 10 of these, you could definitely do it this way. Again, also depending on the size of the bag. I tend to only use these bags for at least this size. These smaller bags, I tend to use a lot for the photos, especially just because it's a lot easier to photograph. If I'm doing something like a shampoo or a thinner viscosity conditioner, I would use a bigger bag than this more than likely. So that's how you can fill them. Just adding this to the end of the video instead of reshooting the entire video. It does help if you get like a little beaker or a cup. If you have a cup, that works too. I've used cups many times. You can just put the bag in the cup just because it gives you, it's a lot easier to, you don't have to worry about holding this and balancing like everything. So when you put that in there, that's kind of taken care of. And then you've just got to worry about doing the piping bag motion and making sure that your product is like getting down without as much, like you want to make sure that you're pressing it here so that air isn't going in, because it will it'll just put air into your bag. So it's just more work that way. You can also get these piping bags. I buy them, I'm sure they probably have them on Amazon. I happen to be lucky. I have a catering supply like 2 blocks from me. So I buy them there. They do have tons of different sizes of them. I can tell you that the longer the piping bag, the easier it is. So these ones are 12-inch. I'm out of my 18 and my 24-inch ones. Or is it 24, 20? Yeah, I think it's 24. Might be 20 inches. But it just makes it easier because you don't have to worry about product like spilling out this way the same way. You want to have as much room as possible to be able to push it down. So I hope this helps you guys.